WCBI News at 10 starts now.
An ongoing investigation continues into the violence and problems in Mississippi's prison system. Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. Governor Tate Reeves got an up-close look at the conditions and the fallout, and he says the problems aren't isolated to Parchment. But he says restoring order there has been his top priority since being sworn in. Courtney Jackson has the very latest from today's briefing.
Conditions beyond these gates continue to spark protests, rallies, and lawsuits. Wednesday, Governor Tate Reeves went inside to see what it's like.
We went in units that were currently housing prisoners, and I was closer to prisoners in Unit 29 today than I am to you right now.
He notes he wishes everyone contemplating a crime in the state could do the same.
And allow them, before they made that mistake, to do what I did today. I think we'd have a lot less crime.
But he's making a commitment that changes will and are taking place.
Inmates that are known to be dangerous are being housed together without any structure to prevent violent collision. This has to be addressed. There are problems in the system. We don't want to hide them. We want to fix them.
There's a list of 7 action steps. Improving conditions is at the top, sending maintenance teams in to help, but he does make this note.
Some inmates have just torn the place apart.
They're also making sure cell signals are blocked. Here's why.
These phones have been illegal for years, but they've been snuck in, and they're being used to coordinate gang activity throughout the Mississippi system and even throughout the country.
Wardens and deputy wardens are on 12-hour shifts now. That way a senior officer will be on grounds at all times. And the investigator who will be stationed at Parchment has been identified and is on the job now.
If you talk to anybody working in these facilities, that too many can be used by gangs operating within the prison to extend their power and sneak in contraband, including weapons. It's got to stop.
Courtney Jackson, WCBI News.
A rally is planned for tomorrow at 11. The groups hosting it do not have a permit to demonstrate on Capitol grounds. We're told they will be across the street on the south side, which is Mississippi Street. Alabama prison officials are asking lawmakers for more money. Corrections Commissioner Jeff Dunn told members of the legislature that the state's prison system is struggling with high levels of violence, largely due to overcrowding, understaffing, and widespread contraband. Dunn says prison staff has increased by 255 officers, but the system needs to add 2,200 more officers by 2022 to comply with a federal court order. Prison officials are asking for a $42 million increase as they try to reach that bar. Jails were on the agenda for the Lee County Board of Supervisors. The board president wants to bring in a consultant to help decide whether the county should build a new jail or renovate the current one. Board President Tommy Lee Ivey took a tour of the jail this morning. Ivey says the jail is one of his top priorities as board president. Supervisors have studied the issue numerous times in recent years, deciding not to build a new facility in 2017, citing cost concerns.
I personally think it is a slap in my face and the people of this county for a supervisor to decide at this point in time it's time to come down here and look at the jail after we've been looking at this 5 years. You've paid a consultant $20,000. We have toured at least 2 other jails, drew up plans of what we need, and now you think it's time to come down here and look at the jail is exactly why we're in the shape that we're in.
Johnson says, meanwhile, overcrowding, maintenance problems, and outdated equipment are still daily issues.
All right, here's our time lapse from Columbus today. You can see the clouds moving across our region. Look at that, our Alpha Insurance camera in downtown Columbus. We've had a pretty good soaking in some spots. The heaviest right now lifting over in the central Alabama. There are a few isolated showers left and a lot of cloud cover too. And it looks like we'll have more clouds than anything else here over the next 24. Temperatures have actually climbed a few degrees here, mid to upper 40s currently. But tomorrow we are looking at this. Cloud cover, maybe a few isolated showers, some drizzle, what have you there. And as we wake up, we should have temperatures somewhere around 40 degrees. During the course of the day, anywhere from about 45 to 50 here with a lot of cloud cover. I'm back with your weekend forecast, Scott, in just a few more minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Keith. House managers in the impeachment trial of President Donald Trump spent their second day of arguments laying out their case for Article 1, abuse of power. And the president spent his day launching attacks against them on Twitter. A new poll suggests a majority of Americans from both parties want to hear new testimony. CBS's Nancy Cordes has the very latest from Capitol Hill.
Everyone else told the president time after time, this is nonsense.
The spotlight today was on President Trump's motives for pursuing two conspiracy theories, one about the 2016 election and one about Joe Biden.
The one person who told President Trump his theory is true, who was it? You know who it was, our adversary, Russia.
And they argued that with Biden leading in the polls by last spring, Mr. Trump pressured Ukraine to launch what he hoped would be an embarrassing investigation.
No president has ever used his office to compel a foreign nation to help him cheat in our elections.
On the basis of this Russian propaganda, he withheld $400 million in military aid to a nation Russia was fighting, our ally.
The president defended himself once again today in a torrent of tweets. One Trump confidant tells CBS News that GOP senators have been warned. Vote against the president and your head will be on a pike. So far, their heads appear to be safe.
So far, what Schiff has said, we've heard before. I didn't hear anything new.
They're already repeating the same points they made for 13 hours yesterday.
The same Republicans saying they heard nothing new just voted 9 times on Tuesday to hear nothing new.
Democratic leader Chuck Schumer cited a new Reuters poll showing 7 in 10 Americans want the trial to feature witnesses.
Everyone here who's elected has some duty to listen to their constituents. Their constituents are saying witnesses and documents.
The Democrats get one more day to make their case on Friday, which puts the president's defense team up at bat on Saturday. But there are some concerns that their arguments won't get as much attention over the weekend. And so now there is talk of a shortened Saturday session with the defense getting underway in earnest on Monday. Nancy Cordes, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
All right, we're going to send things back over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. Keith, we had a little bit of rain tonight. Is it over?
Most of it is.
Okay, good. That's what I like to hear.
That's good news for a lot of folks. We're just sick and tired of the rain. Now, tomorrow, the heaviest rain will be to our north. We may see a few showers here. A lot of cloud cover. If you're traveling south, look at this. Low 60s closer to the coast, but for us, we're stuck in the 40s. I'm back with the full forecast next.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
More rain out there today. Some of you, though, asking us for some snow. And for today, 42% of the lower 48 seeing some snow cover, not so much around here. Now, this is the average snow in Tupelo. This is just a pretty good proxy for the area. January, the best month if we're going to get snow. If not January, probably February, and then really after that, nothing. And our near-term snow chance is 0 at this point. So keep on dreaming if you want to see some of that white stuff. Just liquid sunshine today. That's our time lapse from this evening in Vernon at Durham's Pharmacy. More rain out there, but the heaviest showers well off to our east now. A few blips left, a few lighter showers, and a lot of cloud cover here. But the heaviest rain is done. There's Bootsy getting ready for Friday, and all those clouds. Look at that forecast into the 40s for highs. Winds from the southwest. But if you have the day off, you may just want to hang on indoors and watch a little TV and enjoy your day off. But if you're working, get ready for a chilly one. Temperatures in the mid to upper 40s, mostly cloudy skies here in the south and to the north, 45 to 48 degrees more or less. Tupelo 47, let's hope for that. Winds from the southwest, and in the west Alabama too, temperatures in the 40s to around 50. A little bit warmer if you see a few breaks of sun perhaps, but let's just bank on more cloud cover than anything else. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, we are overcast. If you look closely, there's a little bit of green on the map, and that usually means there could be some drizzle or maybe a few light showers out there, but that's really going to be the lower end impact type rainfall relative to what we've had. Mostly cloudy skies all day long tomorrow, and then that system will rotate back to the northeast, and we should see a nice little clearing trend for Saturday, a brief respite, if you will, 53, 50 on Sunday, and we'll have a few more showers back in the region because of this thing out in the Pacific Northwest, and that is coming our way. So high pressure will briefly come on in for Saturday. That next system will come in on Sunday, and we may see another one as we get into the middle of next week. Here's your AccuWeather 70 forecast. 40s for tomorrow, 53, very nice on Saturday. Let's hope for that. Probably the best day of the near term. 50 or so on Sunday, some showers. We're dry Monday, but by late Tuesday and Wednesday, Scott, some more rain. Temperatures in the 50s for the most part, lows in the 30s and 40s. So typical January weather here.
We can handle those mid-50s. That's not too bad. What day was it this week when it was just cold? Like during the day, I guess it was. I don't know. My week is so messed up.
Well, it was so warm for so long, and then we just switched it over.
Yeah, I mean, just like
punch in the gut.
Mother Nature gives us whiplash all the time here in Mississippi, I feel like.
Yeah.
All right, thanks so much, Keith. Well, Lions, Tigers, and Indians, oh my. JUCO hoops action is heating up around the area. Tom has those highlights coming up later in sports.
You're watching WCBI News at 10 with Scott Martin.
Welcome back, everyone. If you suspect that your child is suffering from RSV, when should you call a doctor? We find out about treatment options from the pediatrician in tonight's Health Talk with Baptist.
Hi, I'm Dr. Andrea Morris, pediatrician with BMG Children's Clinic. Tonight, I'd like to talk about when to call the doctor in the treatment for RSV. For an otherwise healthy child who has symptoms of an upper respiratory infection, such as a cough or runny nose, treatment at home usually is all that is needed, but it's important to watch for signs and symptoms of complications. Watchful waiting may not be appropriate when your child with an upper respiratory infection has an increased risk for complications. Call your doctor if your child develops any of the following symptoms. Breathes slightly faster than normal and seems to be getting worse. Most healthy children breathe less than 40 times a minute. Has cold symptoms that become severe. Has shallow coughing, which continues throughout the day and night. Has poor appetite or decreased activity level. Has any trouble breathing. Children who develop bronchiolitis may need supplemental oxygen and hospitalization. Here are some ways to help prevent RSV bronchiolitis. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water and teach your children to do the same. Use alcohol-based hand sanitizers. Again, hand washing is best. Avoid smoking in the home. Breastfeed your infants. Breast milk seems to offer some protection against RSV. Avoid sharing used items such as cups and utensils. Finally, you can try to avoid those with respiratory infections. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle.
Tis the season of love, everyone. We're here with Bobby. Happy Valentine's, Bobby.
Happy Valentine's.
All right, husbands, boyfriends, you want to watch this. You want to listen up. These are the perfect wines for you to celebrate Valentine's with your one and only.
Oh, yes. So these all have love themes in their names.
Love it. And they're all reddish or pink. Reddish or pink.
Oh,
just for the holiday.
The perfect color.
All right.
Valentine's colors.
And I like this one. It's called Love Drunk. Because, you know, when you fall in love, you kind of get that jitters. I don't know.
Yes.
I've never
What
been
is
in
it
love,
called?
so I don't know.
What's it called? It's the honeymoon phase.
The honeymoon phase.
Yes.
There you go.
This is the honeymoon phase wine.
All right. I love it. So tell us about this wine.
So this is a Love Drunk. It is a Pinot Noir
and
Chardonnay blend out of Oregon. It's made by Andre Mack.
And Oregon's, that's one of your favorite places where wines come from.
I love Oregon wine.
And they've all been great wines, all those out of Oregon.
So it's very floral on the nose with some strawberry, raspberries.
It's very good, very good. And then we've got this was my favorite label. I thought, and so this one's a little darker red for the Love Day.
So this is Brock Seller's Love Red. It's going to be a blend.
It smells
delicious. It's perfect for dinner or just sipping by itself.
Okay, yeah, so, and don't forget, boyfriends, husbands, those reservations, you better start making those.
Yes.
And request this wine. That is good. That is good. All right, and Zinfandel. We love a good Zinfandel around here.
So if you're just getting into wine, I like to give people Zinfandel.
Okay, kind of a good start.
It's easy to drink.
Okay.
It's got notable fruits that most people can pick out. However, it is higher in alcohol, so you do want to be careful and not drink too much.
Yeah,
on
I could actually just
Valentine's
taste this. I
Day.
took a sip. I was like, woo!
Some of these go from 13 to 17.9%.
So be careful with that.
Careful
And
with
this
those
is kind of
infidels.
Is it more? It seems a little bit more dry. It's kind of a drier.
It is. This is
dinner wine.
Temptation Zen.
Okay.
I picked a 14%, so you could pair it with food.
All the names, which I think you said this at the start of this, are very, very Valentine's
Yes,
themed.
very.
So I love that. All right, and finally, we've got one that you were pouring, and I said, oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
This is what I like to call the rule breaker. And so this is for all the single people out there. Love yourself, celebrate too. This is going to be a sparkling gamay from Beaujolais.
Okay.
But in Beaujolais, France, you can only produce red wines and some white wine and rosé. Sparkling's illegal there, so
Okay.
they can't put where it comes from on the label. So this is our
Interesting.
breaking the rules wine.
Hey, you know what? We're all about breaking the rules,
Yes.
aren't we?
So for
And
the
this is
single
actually
people,
perfect.
this is for you.
And this is probably my favorite out of all three.
Yes.
The three others. So since I'm single, guess what I'm doing on Valentine's?
Drinking bubbles.
Yes. All right, till next time, everyone. Cheers.
Here's sports with Tom Ebel.
Vic Schaefer always says you can't let one game beat you twice. Mississippi State hoping to get back in the win column after the heartbreaker at South Carolina. On the road again in the SEC. Number 9 Bulldogs taking on Vanderbilt. It's a good start for Mississippi State. Maya Taylor slicing and dicing her way through the defense. Finds a wide open Rakia Jackson down low for the bucket off the window. So good start for Mississippi State. Then it continues. Jordan Danbury feeds inside to Jessica Carter. Nice move. Nice fadeaway J. Bulldogs up by 10 after 1. Second quarter, the train derails. Jackson, turnover. Vandy on the break. Coy Love, bucket plus the harm. Vanderbilt would hold Mississippi State to 7 points in the second quarter, their lowest total all year long, so it's a 1-point game at half. Third quarter, one play to define the night. Maya Taylor with the steal. She turns it over. Vanderbilt turns it into an easy bucket. The Doors up by 4 after 3, so the Bulldogs on upset alert until the fourth quarter, and then Mississippi State goes beast mode. Zaria Wiggins cut to the hoop. Friendly roll to get the lay-in to go. It'd be a 6-0 Mississippi State run. They would just get out of control. It's Aaliyah Mutharu. Fantastic fourth quarter for the freshman. Off-balance layup is good. Mississippi State, they just outscored Vanderbilt 22-2 in the fourth quarter. Bulldogs avoid the upset. They get the win 68-52. Ole Miss falls to 0-6 in conference play, falling to the Auburn Tigers 59-43. Just a weird game. Both teams combined for just 6 points in the second quarter, shooting 3 of 32 combined from the field. Auburn has won 5 of its last 6 meetings against Ole Miss. The Rebels will travel to Starkville to take on Mississippi State this upcoming Sunday. Get some JUCO hoops, EMCC, ICC, women up first. It's an absolute thriller. Picking up things here in the fourth. Ty Metcalf drives to the rim, pull up for 2. It's a tie ball game, and we're going to overtime. In extra basketball, ICC Shamaria Overton makes it look easy from the short corner. Tie ball game still at 53 in overtime. EMCC, though, bringing the heat. Metcalf finds a lane. Right there, the sweet left-hand finish, +1. EMCC able to hang on to the lead. They get the win 65-59. And the men's turn. Let's see if they could follow up the ladies' action with another good one. Lions taking on the Indians early first. Areco Gibson, Memphis man, putting on the spin move, pop-up for Jay. Nothing but net. Lions up 1 early on. Few plays later, nothing but Memphis. Brandon Brown with the steal to Anton Porter. Gets the layup to go. Indians up by 5, still in the first half, but the Lions working back. Darkville native Dante Powers driving to the rim, left-hand finish. Nice finish there, makes it a 3-point ball game. EMCC able to pull it out late. They get the sweep over ICC, 74-65. Let's go to some high school hoops. Noxubee County Chieftains taking on the Tigers. First quarter, Daquan Johnson finds Dontavius Doss for the finger roll for 2. Okolona with the early lead. Tigers ball on the break. Same sledge finds an open Jada Kiss Williams. What a name. All-name basketball team right there. Tigers, they take the lead here. Noxby ball. Dontavian Davis to Sledge. Finds Williams in the corner for another three. Tigers up 10-7. Chiefs is with the answer, though. Dikembe Thomas drives and dishes to Destin Buchanan for the bucket and one. Tie ball game early on, but Noxby County goes on to get the win 56-48. And on the girls' side, Noxby facing Okolona. Tigers up big in the fourth, adding on to their score with the fast break, dish, and score. It's a 20-point ball game now, and Noxby County able to cruise to a sweep over Okolona. The girls getting the win 80-43. Columbus Christian hosting Winona Christian in some MAIS hoops. Stars ball, Morgan Witten with the steal here. It hits the fast break all the way to the rim, bucket and one. Columbus Christian with the early lead. And then the Rams able to add on to Emma. Easterling finds Witten open for three. Columbus Christian gets the win 49-42. The boys also coming away with a 70-79 win.
You know, Tom, I've always been amazed at basketball, at the people that can just sit there and set a screen and just take a hit with nothing on. You know, in football, you got pads. In basketball, you don't. You just take it and you're down.
Just a jersey.
All right, thanks, Tom. We'll have a look at your forecast when we come back.
Some clouds tomorrow, cool 40s. The sun returns Saturday. Perfect timing with that.
I was about to say, yeah.
I know, right? We need a nice Saturday for a change, and then some more showers possible.
All right, that's just what we want to hear. More dreary rainy. No, just kidding. You're just the messenger, right? You're just the messenger.
That's right.
Thanks, Kate. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.